Hello, my name's Dan Addington. I'd just like to welcome you to this video. This video is about lead generation strategies. Now what we're going to be discussing today are two basically separate topics with regard to lead generation strategies, and these are offline and online. And now there are reasons why obviously we've separated this out, and obviously you need to understand that what our goal is that we are driving people to a squeeze page. It doesn't matter whether we're doing it offline or doing online, the eventual destination will be a squeeze page. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to discuss how we're going to get leads obviously for offline, and we're going to start with that right now. So the first thing we need to look at, the first topic we can actually consider for lead generation is something called Dropcards. Now, with Dropcards, okay, I bet you're wondering, obviously there's a card involved somewhere, but what you're doing is that you've actually created something which basically looks like, for example, if you're in America, it will look like a $100 bill. So on the front you've got what looks like a normal dollar, and then on the back you've actually got something which actually has writing on the back, so it have like an offer obviously leading through to the squeeze page or whatever. And at the moment I'm actually showing you an example of a drop card on the screen. Okay, so that's the first example of obviously lead generation offline. The next one that we need to talk about is newspapers. Now, with newspapers, obviously you can advertise locally. If you had a budget, you can also advertise obviously across your country, obviously if you're in America or the UK, whatever. Okay, now there are ways of doing this obviously correctly, and if you basically do work it correctly, you're actually going to get yourself a huge number of leads, huge number of people are actually interested in what you're doing. So that's definitely an option really you need to think about considering. The next one we're actually going to discuss here is networking events. Essentially what you're doing is when you go to obviously to a networking event, it's an excellent opportunity obviously to interact with the kind of people maybe that you'd actually like to recruit into your team. It's an excellent opportunity, but there's ways of doing it correctly, because obviously you don't want to turn up to the event wearing "please ask me about my business opportunity," because it looks crap, it doesn't work. Okay, so the best thing really is obviously to get very good at this bit of being a great listener, when obviously with interaction, when you're interacting with these people, whatever, and building relationships. And there's a great product out there by Ray Higdon, which is obviously the master sponsoring series of secrets rather, and I definitely recommend you checking that out. Anyway, so moving on to the next thing, we're actually now going to discuss online advertising. Okay, so the first thing was that we're going to talk about the obvious one, which is obviously PPC. There's obviously other ones here which is PPV. Now the differences between the two, obviously you're going to get PPC on various things. Everybody knows, anybody who's been online 5 seconds must know Google AdWords. Please tell me you know Google AdWords. Good. Anyway, the next one is what we're discussing here is PPV. Now PPV obviously has its own way of doing it, and this video is not about PPV, so I'm not going to be going into any details, but done correctly, these are excellent methods for getting targeted leads, targeted prospects. Okay. Alright, another way of doing it is obviously SEO. Essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be building a blog, and you're going to be writing blog posts which you've been targeting specific keywords, and obviously when they rank, obviously it'll take a bit of time to rank, but when they rank you obviously will be bringing in people who will be visiting your website, and obviously if you're doing it correctly they will convert to leads, and obviously you'll get business that way as well. Okay, so another way of doing it is going on a Craigslist. Craigslist is very interesting. I mean, the amount of traffic going through Craigslist, especially in America, is immense. And if done correctly, you can get yourself a serious number of targeted leads. But obviously, this process has to be done correctly. So as you can see here, we've discussed obviously online, we've discussed offline, lead generation strategies. Now, all of these are very, very effective, and obviously they have to be tested and implemented correctly. If you go out there and you implement any one of these, and you don't get a result back, and you're saying, oh, it doesn't work, I'm afraid you're going to have to test it, and that's just the way it works. You know, it's happened to me, it's happened to so many other people. Now, if you want more information, and I'm definitely sure that you do after watching this video. Okay, what I recommend that you do is you're going to go to this link, which is onlinebusinesssuccess.biz, lead generation strategies. Go through that to that link, enter your name and your email, and then go through and check out the free information there, because you're going to love it. Okay, thank you very much for your time today. All the best. Bye bye.